Welcome back to Factorio building the Hyperbase. Okay, so what's going on? Well, last episode we were focused around building out steel. Having got this working, I now think I want to change it up a bit. Basically my idea now is that I think one of these trains should be able to deal with both of these setups, but in addition to that, since we've actually got two locations here where the train can reload the ore, I think it actually should support two trains, and we should double this up. So that's what we're going to do. But we're not going to do that just yet, because the other thing that we need to attend to is up here in oil. If you remember, I'm not entirely happy about this setup here. The unloading can't handle the pressure of these things running constantly. So we're probably going to move towards this kind of setup, where we're using stack inserters, which can easily outstrip the supply by about 4 and a bit fold, 4.5 or something like that, times the one stack inserter can outdo it. So this will also cut down on the number of inserters, which is an important consideration. I mean, you can see here this is completely empty, so while we're waiting for the reloading from over here, it didn't take particularly long, but while we're waiting on that, the plastic effectively comes to a halt. Not that it's an issue just at the moment, but it will be later on. So if we're going to be using cars in our build, this will impact the number of beacons that can surround these, because this one only just fits. Likewise that one. So this is 2 wide, which is going to be 2. I mean, this is only 1 wide. 2 wide will push one of these out of the sequence where we need it, but that is the cost we'll have to pay. And this is going to throw the whole dynamic of how many of these we need, how much of the rocket fuel we can build, etc, etc. So we're going to have to do a whole bunch of recalculations, but I certainly do want to resume this part of the whole thing. So it needs to be moved up 1 so that we can actually fit beacons down underneath here and get our sulfuric acid back into an operational state as well. So yeah, that means we're back in the main base, and we're going to build cars. So what do cars need? Cars need engines, steel and iron plate. Well, the steel and the iron plate is on the bus. Even if you go all the way down here, you still have, well, steel is stopping there at the moment, but we can certainly lengthen that all the way down here. And I'm thinking we'll basically build a car assembly here. I don't think cars take especially long, no, so we'll just be using one factory for the cars. So it's really, we just need engines to be carried on past the point they currently go to, which is basically here, in fact. So this side will have to become active, which means we'll have to punch a bit of a hole through here, like so, and allow engines to come through. Now we will have to be a little bit careful though, because yeah, we'll have to go just 1 up on here, which means we're going to want to come up to about this point. It looks like yellow belt is adequate for this job, so I guess we will use yellow belt. And that one. go. That seems to be about where we need to be. In keeping with our usual desires, we will just move those up. The easiest here will just be to go straight through. And just to keep that nice and pretty, do something like this. And there we have it, engines all the way down to where we need them. Doesn't look like I have any of our... Well, I suppose I could order one of them. I don't need 50. How about you just give me one? I don't think there's anything special here. No, it's very simple components. We're probably outside the zone there though, so let's just pop back here. Luck there is... Oh, probably getting 50 of them. Oh, we just got our one, that's good. So, cars. One, two. 1, 2, 3. You're making cars. So iron. This one could be steel, iron, engines, or this could be engines here. The one that needs the least is the steel. So I guess this one should be steel. Let's let's just drive the steel to that point. I'm not sure how much further we're going to go with steel and so on, but that's our steel. Now iron, engines actually. Engines may as well come in here. And iron, if I can find the blueprint, which I've probably carefully placed somewhere. Let me just make another one. So we need that. Okay. That will require something of that nature. And now, stack inserters. And long-handeds. And we don't really need a blue inserter, but we'll use one anyway, and that can go into a passive provider, which is probably completely out of range of anything, but never mind. How many of these do I need? Well, I need 20 initially. So I guess I could put a stop on that. Oh, and we will need our fast transport system again. The other thing that now that we're using a bit more steel and we have quite a bit more demand, it probably makes sense finally to come back up here and go, well, this is just crazy. We need to upgrade our stuff, our steel. Let's get rid of all that. In fact, let's get rid of those guys. And I've got all this coal that I don't need. What I do need is a red belt. Those guys. Steel furnaces. And do I need to change the yellow inserters? That's the question. What did I do when I upgraded copper? No, I left them alone. Alright, so what we're going to do is we will upgrade, we'll certainly upgrade steel. Maybe we should finish off upgrading iron as well as part of our general base factory upgrades. But certainly steel first. Let me have a look at the upgrade planner. I guess that's everything that we need. So start with that. Wow. Now the question I wonder is, does the upgrade planner actually take these resources out of your inventory? I think it does, as it should, because we are getting lower on those resources. So in that case we should be able to, oh, there you go, insufficient items. Let's pop back down here, get refreshed. Sorry about that, I just needed a coffee. So let's just make this red all the way down. Okay. Right, we've got 2 more blocks of steel. So do we have... No, we don't have the steel furnaces just yet. Where are the steel furnaces, in fact? They're over here. Might be struggling to get the number of furnaces that we need, but never mind, we will proceed anyway. Insufficient items, there you go. Probably, I know. Pop back here. While we let the system recover a bit, let's have a look around the factory, see how the solar is going. It looks like we've just about completed, well, the 19th row it basically is. We're up to almost 150,000 panels, which is 9 gigawatts. We haven't significantly increased our usage, which makes sense because we haven't done anything since the end of last episode that would do anything in that regard. Our wood supply is dropping quite fast with our new wood removal system, which goes in here all the way up to our boiler stack, and these 4 here are more or less continuously burning wood for us. Most of this wood coming from the solar being laid, so that's very good. How go these things? So this coal looks like it needs a little bit of help, actually. Yes, we may have to come over there and replenish once we get rid of all of these miners. Add another row here, and this row could, well, we combine a couple of these and add one more in. Possibly need to do it on the other side, though it doesn't look like it is quite so bad on the other side. Where else? Copper over here possibly needs a bit of a help. It doesn't look like it's too bad. Yeah, these are all basically fully compressed before they come over. So certainly it's not going to last that much longer, though. There's 40 million for you there. This one here has dropped to 157 million. It probably needs a little bit of work as well. How are we going on things now? Yeah, it's going to take a while to get all these steel furnaces, so we may have to cut short this little exercise. Oh, it certainly doesn't look like we've got enough to finish off the iron right now, so guess we'll leave that side alone. Alright, that's a good start. Let's get rid of those. I might even just get rid of all of these right now. Right, let's go check on those cars that we decided to build at the beginning of the episode. Grab all of those. And let's head on over to oil. I think I would like a bit of rail. Before we do that. And actually, I'm just going to put this on manual for a second. The lack of certain signals here has been annoying me for a little while, so I thought I would... That one looks like it's fixed already. There, I think that's it. Right, let's head on over to oil and see about big oil 1. See about putting in effect our new revision 24 or whatever it is, plastic design, and try and fix up the rest of the oil. It's kind of high time. We can't just leave it sitting like it is. How goes this? 7. That's pretty good. Production. We're not quite at the 100,000 plates per minute yet, but I think we're not quite... Well, these are down at the moment for whatever reason, so we're not running at our peak capacity either, which could explain why we're only at 7 microseconds in the update. But certainly, I mean, we're building still. We're building lots of things still, so we have the overhead of the main base that we'll eventually get rid of. Okay. Oh. Yeah, that would have been sore. Okay. So, I think it's going to be easiest if I let this guy empty before changing anything. Hopefully it won't take too long to empty. Let's see, 1.6. It is a little bit slow. That's unfortunate. And well, I could just tell it to go. That might actually be better than emptying it. Yeah. Go to B coal 1 load, thanks. Now, what that means... So what I really want to have empty is these boxes, in fact. So I guess we want the plastic train, wherever it is, to get back here. Good, it's not lined up there. 46,000. It's got quite a long way to go. How... Oh, that one has moved. So, yes, it's over here. It has fully unloaded processing units, so I guess it can just move. Back to no processing units there. That's alright. Come back here, fill up on processing units again. That was plastic, 15,000. It does unload pretty quickly, obviously. 13,000. I guess what we can do while we wait is we can change over to our bots. We can rip up all of this, and we can rip up the double inserters, because they're not going to be required with this new design. And the sky is going to have to get moved down again. Hopefully this will be the last revision that we need to do. Plastic train heading back yet? 7,000 left. What are our numbers looking like? Iron and copper very low. 10k per minute. It's nothing to write home about, is it? So coal, oil 1 unload. Coil. That doesn't seem quite right. Excellent. Now, alright, it's nice that you can come here, mate, but just get out of the way. So, let's see what happens if we blueprint this. Pretty sure we will not get the car in it. Yeah. But the other two bits are okay. Plastic train, where are you? $4,000 left. That could be a little while. Alright. I basically don't want to pick up all the coal. No, go away, dude. I keep forgetting to just go there. And just stop somewhere, that's fine. What I want to do is basically remove the bits that we can. Ouch. Okay. In that case, we're going to have to start working out how we're going to do this. Beacons. So for example, this guy is now getting 14 sources instead of the 16, I guess it would be. 10, oh, what? 14, 12, 15, yes, so he loses one. Actually removing the double on that might have been premature, so let's not. Let's see what else we can pick up. Oh. Okay. Plastic train? Seriously, are you on your way back? 3,000. The last little bit is deciding to be somewhat tiresome. I guess would be the right word. Hard to know exactly what the spacing is going to be, but potentially this will work. Guys, all we're doing really is waiting for the plastic train to come here so that we can have these exhaust without having to pick it all up. But this is obviously, getting rid of that last little bit of plastic is obviously going to take a little bit of time. But you do get the general idea. It is to insert these cars here so that we've got stack inserters around it. I might just do this between episodes so that when we come back we can see it in its more final form, and then we can fix up this side. So guys, thanks for joining me for this episode, and I will see you in the next. Bye bye for now.